The Legend of the Condor Heroes. The story is set in the Southern Song dynasty at the beginning of the Jurchen invasion of China. The first part of the novel revolves around the friendship of two men, Yang Tiexian and Guo Xiaotian, who fought against the invading Jin soldiers. The bond between the two was so deep that they swore to each other when their children were born, they would become sworn siblings if they were the same gender or be married if one was a boy and one was a girl. Yang Tiexian married Bao Shirua while Guo Xiaotian settled down with Li Ping. With both their wives pregnant, Guo Xiaotian and Yang Tiexian met a Taoist, Zhou Chuji, who helped them name their two sons. Jingkan was the era name of Emperor Qinzong, who was abducted, along with his father, by the invading Jin soldiers in 1127, ending the Northern Song dynasty. Zhou Chuji wanted the children to remember this national embarrassment, and hopefully help restore glory to their country and defeat the Jin when they grow up. When the Jin soldiers invaded Northern Song, Yang Tiexian and Guo Xiaotian joined the citizens and fought them. Wanyan Honglai, a prince of Jin, after narrowly escaping death, is saved by Yang Tiexian's wife, Bao Shirua. Enchanted by her beauty, Wanyan Honglai later returned and ordered her family to be murdered and took her back to his kingdom. Bao Shirua, believing her husband was dead, married Wanyan Honglai as a form of gratitude for saving her was her savior. After marriage, however, she did not live with him in the palace, she chose instead to live alone in a simple cottage. Her son, Yang Kong, grew up in the palace and was treated by Wanyan Honglai like his own flesh and blood. Meanwhile, after the death of her husband, Guo Xiaotian, Li Ping was rescued by Mongolian soldiers and brought to their country. Thus, in the harsh deserts of Mongolia, Guo Xiaotian's son, Guo Jing, was born and raised. The second part of the story focuses on the events that both of their sons underwent. Guo Jing, Guo Xiaotian's son, grew up in Mongolia, under the protection of Genghis Khan. Yang Kong, on the other hand, grew up as a prince in the Jin Empire. While still a little boy growing up in Mongolia, Guo Jing saves a prominent Mongolian general, Jib, from Genghis Khan. This event led to his subsequent tutelage under Jib and his closeness with the Khan and his family. His childhood friend was Genghis' son, Talyui, and daughter, Hua Zhang. Later, Guo Jing became a disciple of the Jiangnan Qiguai. On the night the 6-year-old Guo Jing became Jiangnan Qiguai's disciple, Mei Chaofeng was seen practicing Nine White Bone Claw. She had previously blinded Ku Zhenyi and murdered his older brother. As the Jiangnan Qiguai had a serious fight with her, she summoned her husband, Chen Xianfeng, to support her. Chen Xianfeng gave Zhang Ashing, one of the Jiangnan Qiguai, a lethal hit with heart-destroying poem. He held up the little Guo Jing, trying to threaten the Jiangnan Qiguai, but the frightened Guo Jing took out the dagger carved with Yang Kang's name, stabbed Chen Xianfeng in the navel, killing him. Yang Kong, on the other hand, grew up in luxury and great comfort in the royal court of Jin. His stepfather, Wanyan Honglai, loved his mother so much that the affections he had for the mother was also transferred to the son. Yang Kang's teacher was the Taoist Zhou Chuji, who taught him the martial arts of the Quanzhen sect. Unknown to both, Jiangnan Qiguai leader Ku Zhenyi had previously made a bet with Zhou Chuji that they would teach both boys martial arts and let them duel upon reaching the age of 18. Even though Zhou Chuji was a noble patriot, his tutelage of Yang Kong was motivated by competitiveness to win the bet. Yang Kong grew up with decent martial arts skills and a mastery of cunningness, from being raised by Wanyan Honglai. Mei Chaofeng, who was blinded in that battle, later attempted to avenge her husband. Her subsequent attacks on Yang Kong led her to realize that she had the wrong boy. She later became a master to Yang Kong, teaching him the deadly Nine White Bone Claw. Yang Kong arranged the human sacrifices needed for Mei to perfect her Nine White Bone Claw. As both reached the age of 18, they both traveled to the Central Plains, where both would finally meet.